Hello, Gemini. I am Kristen, and this is Home of the Houses. Welcome home, Gemini. If at any point in this video you feel connected to me and would like to become a client of mine as a healer, I invite you to join my client circle. That link can be found here and also in the bio. I welcome you. Book your reading. So now, with all that being said, let's get into this. All right, Gemini. So let's start, I would say, off the tail end of what's going on with this moon transit. Let's just say that what's going on with the Virgo full moon. This moon is interesting for you in specific, Gemini, because you're having to really ask yourself about who it is that you are, right? In a way that is deeper than you have in a very long time, mainly because of the way in which Aquarius is coming in with this Pluto transit. So much Aries happening in activation, but Aries retrograding in Venus, retrograding in Mercury. There's a lot of masculine energy in the air, let's just say that. And you have been rethinking who it is that you are and who it is that you can be during this process. And you're quick to change and transform and all of your quirky ways, Gemini, which is really beautiful. But again, during this time, you're having to close out the ways in which you've overly identified with things that have kept you, let's say, in boxes. This can be your cultural identity, your home, where you live, and what it is that you call family. This started to come up in your head September of last year. Some of you could have thought of wanting to move, wanting to step out of, let's say, social bounds and chains that could have been wrapped around you previously. And you put in all of this energy and momentum to do so. And then September of last year, okay? And then it kind of came full circle because that in specific was happening during the Capricorn Pluto, okay? And when Capricorn went into Pluto and then the Virgo new moon found us, these two earth energies sat very well together in terms of getting us to, let's say, revisit the past to reshape what it is that we wanted for the present moment and our future. And for you, Gemini, again, this is like, who am I? Where do I really belong? And do I actually want to tie myself to these things? Do I want to tie myself to these people or this identity or this perspective? Or do I actually want to be released from that? Do I want to see a different possibility? And so these things are here finding you again, Gemini, except there's so much backing you up this time to set you free. Aquarius Pluto in specific wants you to set yourself free, to change by setting yourself free, to realizing that things can lighten up, the energy can lighten up, and you don't have to feel so trapped by the things around you. That desperation that you tend to have for freedom and liberation in that way doesn't have to feel so unreachable. Let's just say that. So this is a good thing about what's going on with this moon transit, and it transitions you out to the end of March with Pisces being in the north. No, this is another mutable energy for you, so you understand this energy quite well. It's like a softening of especially self-compassion for you. But Gemini, how can you be better at understanding other people? Because at this point, with all of this energy, people are trying to understand you, Gemini. But if you're resisting opening your own heart, then what really can they do with that? You know, if you want to create the wall, just because for the sake of it, or just because you want to kind of create resistance just because you can, I wouldn't say that is, well, there is always free will, but I would say in this case, try your hardest to just use this energy to think differently in that way, to open yourself up to the freedom, the possibilities of freedom, of things no longer having restriction or intellectual bounds or what should be or shouldn't be. You know, you can sit at that intersection of your own personal rebellion if you so desire. Hi, Gemini. So here we are with your remainder of March reading, and I like this energy for you, Gemini. The reason why I like it is because you are socializing, you are connecting, and you're doing things at a fast rate. In this case, you are making new memories, and also you're creating, let's say, contracts. You're creating bonds, ties with other individuals, which I really, really like. But then we see the Six of Swords in reverse. So can I say that some of you could be evading things, maybe disassociating and disconnecting from approaching or addressing something that needs to be healed, something that needs to be addressed, that you're not giving enough energy or time to, Gemini? In your shadow, we've got the Three of Cowrie with the Six of Calabash. So the biggest thing here is, and what I like is the fact that everything on this table are minors. So I think the remainder of March is going to be pretty simple for you. It's kind of easy going. Let's just say that. When it comes to what it is that you fear, with the Three of Calabash and with the Three of Cowrie and the Six of Calabash, relationships or connections not working, things from the past being brought up. So it feels as if though you're afraid of old conflicts, old issues with other people, and also kind of having to be forced into things that are too serious, and you just kind of want to have a more relaxed experience. You want to have more of a relaxed, let's say, vibe in that way. Things are feeling really good, and you just want to focus on being in this new energy. You don't want to go back. You don't want to have to pay attention to what once was. You don't want to have to revisit. You just want to be where it is that you are. In your advice, we see the word wants to be written with receiving. So I wouldn't say that the divine is against you in this case, Gemini. I would say it's important for you to continue on the path that you are on. You are at a time when you need to connect with new people. You need to put yourself in this perspective. You need to create a new narrative, write a new narrative for yourself in specific, and receive what it is that you need from other people. Receive what it is that you need from other individuals, which in this case is union, connection, a more light-hearted experience, a more this energy in general. It just feels very light. It feels very nice. It feels like love. It feels very simple and sweet in that way. You deserve that. You deserve to write a new story. You deserve to receive a new narrative, receive a new conversation, be in connections that don't feel so heavy, that don't feel like they require so much from you. In your healing points, we've got 888 and Solve Polluti. So at the top here, we've got a fire energy. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual guidance and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something positive. Yeah, it's rooted in what is going on in your social dynamics and the way you are connecting with other people, Gemini. Here we have an air energy. So we start with fire, birth through fire, right? And an understanding that your heart is being asked to open up, lighten up, connect with other people, open your heart, be more vibrant in your energy. Allow yourself to put behind you some of the heavier things that took place in terms of social dynamics or the pressure that you were more experiencing in career and work, and allow yourself to have some fun because things got quite serious for you for a while, Gemini, and you really want to take the pressure off. You want that energy to fall off of you. Tune into your heart and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. And this is an air energy, and this is what is comfortable with you, Gemini, because you are obviously air. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take the time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal space and sacred space and access it daily. The thing about you, Gemini, is not only are you air, you're mutable air. And as being mutable air, you're comfortable, let's say, in your element more than the other air elements. Libra and Aquarius are not as comfortable as you are in your element of air, Gemini. You are also the first air placement on, let's say, on the zodiac, on the wheel in that way. You are air in every way, fresh and light, and let's say desired in that sense. Especially after moving out a heavy Taurian energy, you are the breath of fresh air that we all need. But in this case, this is asking you to kind of step into that lightness, step into your easy ability to just kind of go with the flow and allow the wind to take you. Open your heart, right? Allow yourself to go into the base of your heart and add more fire and passion, but release through your ability to just create sacred space for yourself, space clearing for yourself. Use that to transition these negative perspectives into more positive perspectives. Because, yeah, things have been heavy socially. They've been heavy, and you just want to let things fall off of you. You just want to lighten your load, Gemini. And you know what? Lightening your load is okay. Lightening your load is just fine. Releasing is just fine. And you don't necessarily need to put yourself in a position where you're doing anything other than that. Allow yourself to release and let go. At the bottom of the tarot deck, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And so again, it lets me know that all of this energy here is about what it is that you want in your life on a grander scale. Some of you can be dealing mostly with, like, could be home situations, family situations tied to this, like wanting things to lighten up. But this feels bigger than that. It feels like your entire life as a whole. So what's going on in your career, the kind of life you want to have for yourself, the way you want to see things, let's say, align for you in this sense and in this energy, how you want things to expand and open up, Gemini. And so that is kind of moving through you in that sense, just breaking out, breaking out, breaking apart, getting bigger, expanding. At the bottom of the healing points, we have Perfume of Sophia. And this lets us know that you need to release trying to figure out the answers, trying to give yourself a yes or a no. And it's just about you giving positive influence to bear. It's just about you allowing yourself to step into a space where you back into that air energy and your ability to just breathe it and let it go. Don't try to intellectualize to figure out the next step or to know exactly what it is that's supposed to happen, Gemini. Let go, breathe it out and release. At the bottom of the advice deck, we have bring it into form. Okay, so again, word wants to be written, receiving, bringing it into form. So you need to be putting yourself in a space where you are actualizing and practicalizing this newfound reality where energies are lighter, where your social dynamics are lighter, where you're not focusing on what needs to be healed or fixed or anything along those lines, or trying to go back into those old social situations or social dynamics to try to pick up the pieces. You just want to let go and move forward, Gemini, and it is for you to do that. At the bottom of the clarity deck, we've got relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Again, it goes back to the same space. It's just lightening up and connecting with the people that you naturally, let's say, vibe with, the people you naturally have union with, and letting go of anything else, putting the past in the past, making new memories, and just cutting ties with what doesn't serve, or even what is too difficult. So let's get some advice here, Gemini. What is it that you need to be thinking, feeling, doing, being? Thinking, feeling, doing, being. All right, we've got thinking, feeling, doing, being. Oh, look at you. You showed up here twice. Thinking is the Emperor, Gemini, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Moon. So the Emperor is what it is that you need to be thinking. In terms of this, you need to be putting yourself in a power position. This is very big for those of you who are dealing with things tied to work, especially because we saw the Ten of Pentacles show up as the overarching energy for the subject. So again, big when it comes to your pentacle life, when it comes to your practical life, what it is that you will experience in this. For many of you who are at work or in big boss positions, this is you allowing yourself to be in a space where you're saying, listen, I have control. I have control. The only thing that matters is what I can control. And I'm going to put at my biggest extent this level of self-control and domination over what it is that I will experience, and especially when it comes to the way in which I relate to and connect to other people. What is it that you need to be feeling? Well, Gemini, here we are with the Queen of Cups, the ultimate source of emotion in our family. Let's just say that. The Queen of Cups is not necessarily familiar with you, as she is the mother of water. So this is you being in a space that is compassionate. What I like about this is because we saw the Three of Cups here in terms of the way in which you're connecting with other people, focusing on soul contracts and allowing yourself to have more of a lighthearted energy, right? Allowing yourself to move to the next phase. So Gemini, you are the boss and you need to be focused on where you can control things. But in order to honor the mothering energy that sits inside of you, in order to honor the softness that sits inside of you, you want to mother the relationships that better serve. You need to mother the relationships that actually serve you, the ones that honor not just you, but the other. What is best for the situation, and allowing that compassion to be your governance. Just because you are no longer focusing on what it is that you cannot fix does not mean you cannot give compassion, nurturing energy to that which you can fix. Remember, Pisces is in the north, which is a mutable energy to you. Pisces marries well with you, and Pisces often asks you to feel things that you don't always want to necessarily feel, which is allowing yourself to sit with your brethren, that is Pisces, and understand the compassion or the feelings and the emotions of others, and your great ability to also intellectualize this. So allow yourself to feel as you are the father governing the way in which those feelings are going to manifest in your reality. When we look at what it is that you need to be doing, we see you sitting comfortably here with the Queen of Swords. So cauterize, make strong decisions. When we're talking about thinking and doing, so in your head is the man. Okay, the Emperor, the King of all kings. I am in power. I am in control. I am the boss here. This is what's going to happen. And I am going to wield this sword to ensure that all decisions are made in a space that comes from clarity, reason, resolve, and nothing is misconstrued here. One of the biggest things about the Queen of Swords is she tends to get a bad rep when it comes to, let's say, being not the nicest, quote unquote, right? The Queen of Swords can be one of discrimination. But in this case, because you feel the Queen of Cups, you do the Queen of Swords, right? It's coming from your heart, Gemini. You are speaking from a good place because we see that you want to have better, more cohesive, more emotionally divine connections and social dynamics. Speak from the heart and make those decisions wisely. It's a beautiful balance. It truly is the Emperor, right? The Emperor and his two queens inside the heart. It's making hard decisions that come from the space of the emotions to understand what is best for everyone, especially from a place of self-nurturing and compassion, and not being afraid to wield the sword in order to cut through and let's say build castles out of ice in that sense, right? Using the sword to create the structure. And who it is that you need to be, you sit here again with the Lovers, Gemini. I love this energy for you. You are full of love and compassion, but also clarity, and using the way in which you love to create clarity, to create a good outcome, to create, let's say, the outcomes that people want to see and experience, Gemini. I love this for you. Be you, the lover, the one who, let's say, is the most connected, the one who balances both Adam and Eve, the one who knows how to make the decisions and making the decisions that come from the space of the heart. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. Be the Lovers. Your heart is making the decision about what you will do. The heart of the emotion is deciding what you will do in air, in logic, in reason. And this has you sitting here as the Lovers, in the end, saying, hey, these are the decisions that will be made, and we're going to make them from a space of good balance. We're going to make them from a space of what what is the most honorable, both on a practical level, both on an intellectual level, and an emotional, heart-based level. I am love. I'm a beacon of love for the remainder of March. And I love this. This is how we're going to connect. This is how we're going to get things done. This is how we're going to create a new narrative. This is how we're going to transform such a negative situation into a positive situation, especially when it comes to big family issues and big work issues. Okay? Gemini. It was wonderful talking to you. I love you. Ciao.